Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the Praise Project. I'm your host, Tommy McGuffey. You're tuning in to 97.9 WGJM Praise FM, or if you're streaming in today, you are on gospeljam.net. So I am joined today by one of my good friends and brothers. His name is Osby Berry, y'all. Osby, can you tell everybody hello for me?
What is going on, everybody? What's up?
So I am going to be talking to Osby today about some of the things that are coming up, some of his new music that should be out hopefully soon. You all are going to be in for a treat. This boy can sing, he can squall, he can shout, he can jump high. You know, he can do it all. He's an all-around 2019 Praiser of the Year. He is the Praiser of the Year for the year 2019 coming up. So Osby, you know, I know that you have some music that is coming up. I know that you've had some great opportunities to do some different things. I know last week, I know you had a chance to host an event over at Greater Works on last week. And so, you know, how was the event?
It was amazing. God really moved. He had his way. And everybody was just, they just came back with that mountain to worship God. You know, I was just honored to even be asked to host this event. You know, Greater Works has been really good to me these past few years as far as letting me host some of their youth events. So shout out to Greater Works for that.
Shout out to Bishop Terry Glenn, y'all. He's a trooper out here.
Bishop Terry Glenn.
Listen, he is out here changing the world. Awesome man of God. I know he has his online, and I think that they're doing classes also in person, but they have a chaplain training institute that is coming, that he is now formed to here. So shout out to Bishop Glenn on that as well. Yes, I have seen your growth. I've seen your development. You know, I know like everybody's just probably thinking like, well, he already sings with Tommy, so of course he already knows him. But you know, I've had a chance to really see you grow and develop over the last few years into a wonderful solo artist and worship leader and everything. You know, where are you currently serving and leading worship at?
Well, currently I am leading worship at Aspire Church, 51 Best Street, and near the White Island Chevrolet.
All right.
For maybe 2 years. It'll be 2 years in November, actually. So, you know, God has been good with that as well.
Come on, Aspire. Come on, Doc. All right, Doc. Awesome man of God too, as well. You know, me and last week I had a special guest co-host, which was Miss Connie Hookfan. And so me and Connie, we were talking about how important our conferences and conventions, you know, and we were talking about it from the academic standpoint and from the spiritual standpoint, you know, and everything like that. But then also we had a chance to talk about it from the artist's standpoint. So I know that you've had some experiences in that field as well as an artist. How important are conventions to like the growth and development of a person that is seeking to kind of be on that platform?
It is definitely crucial to be in some of these conferences and conventions, simply because of, like you said, the access to the educational portion of what the worship ministry entails.
Right.
As far as the artistry side of it, you get that exposure. You get opportunity to introduce your music to thousands of people across the nation. And I was even fortunate in 2015. I had submitted a selection, and it was accepted, and I was able to, teach it to thousands of people. And God just kind of just blew me away with just how it all transpired. And even now I'm still getting calls about that song that I submitted. So yeah, it's definitely crucial. I know certain conferences and certain certain conferences in that area or whatever, you have like a bad rep. But I believe if you just go for the sole purpose of getting the knowledge and gaining that exposure, I think you should go take advantage of it as much as possible.
Right. Oh no, like, and I totally agree with you. I mean, everybody should utilize that. It's so funny when you can still get a call about something from like 3 or 4 years ago, and you're like, wow, that still kind of like amazes me. People, right. They may come across your card, or they may come across your song and everything, and you just be like, wow, people are still being touched by the music that we write and share. So I definitely am in support of the conventions. I think people should really, utilize them, especially if you're an artist. I think it's very great for your growth and development.
Absolutely.
People are seeking to be on that platform these days, and I think there's a lot to really share with those people who are aspiring to be worship leaders and artists, or seeking to be on a bigger platform. There's a lot of things to really take hold to, because I'm really a stickler about serving at your local churches, serving at your local assembly. That is one of my pet peeves. I'm really a stickler on that.
That is so true.
And it's like,
certain worship leaders, they fail at that aspect of, taking care of home or taking care of where you serve.
Right.
They're so quick to jump into different opportunities and stuff like that, and they miss their local assembly. They miss that opportunity to serve in their local assembly, and allow God to use them in that aspect, as well as kind of guide them to where their actual goal is, and that's to reach that stage, or whatever the case may be.
Right. No. Like, you are telling the truth. I mean, it's one thing to when you have an opportunity and you want to venture off and you want to go and travel and things, but it's also something else when you have a commitment and you have to see that through. And a lot of times they are not seeing those things through. It's wonderful to be able to jet set and to be able to go to all of the different conferences and things, but then it's another thing where once that's over, after the summertime, once it's over, you got 9 months until the next convention starts back off again, and you got to make sure that you have a home to go to reach to return back to, really, so
right.
Well, everybody, we are going to take a break real quick, and we'll be right back here on the Praise Project, 97.9 WGJM Praise FM.
Said he always comes through 100% guarantee. For he always comes through 100% guarantee. So here's what you gotta do. So stop all that stressing. He's on his way. He's on his way with your blessing. For as long as I've been around, God has never let me down. For he always comes through 100% guarantee. Everybody stop. So stop all that stressing. Stop all your stressing, yeah. He's on his way with your blessing. And as long as I've been around, God has never let me down. For he always comes through 100% guarantee. Come on. Do we have any witnesses out there that know? Guarantee. Won't he do never leave, never let me down before. Said he always, he always. Come on, do I have any witnesses out there that know?
I know that I can make it. I'm gonna keep on running. Yeah.
Whoa.
I know that I can make it. I'm gonna keep on running. Yeah. I know that I can make it. I'm gonna keep on running.
No matter what comes, I won't stop.
The second verse says, I know that come on, it's personal.
Can make it.
I can make it. I can make it through. With Jesus on my side, I can.
I can.
Come on, let's sing that again. I want you to hear the message. I know that I can make it. I can make it through. With Jesus on my side, I can. I believe it. I know. Come on, put those hands together.
I'm gonna keep on running. Yeah. I know that I can make it. I'm gonna keep on running.
I gotta keep on running.
I know that I can make it.
I'll make it.
I'm gonna keep on running. Yeah. I know that I can make it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep on running.
I'm gonna keep on running.
Come on, let's take it higher.
I know that I can make it. I'm gonna keep on running. Yeah. I know that I can make it. I'm gonna keep on running. Yeah. I know that I can make it. I'm gonna keep on running. Yeah.
You're gonna make it.
I know that I can make it. I'm gonna keep on running. Yeah. I know that I can make it.
I'm gonna make it.
I know that I can.
I know I'm gonna make it. Don't quit.
I know that I can.
Come on, winners, don't give up. You gotta make it.
Because he
You shall make it.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Praise Project with your host, Tommy McGuffey. I'm here with my special guest today, Osby Berry, y'all. We are talking about the artistry and the platforms and the way to kind of get there. Are the conventions, like, are they a good thing, for the artists as well? And really making sure that you're being a part of your local assemblies as well, and also serving. When we think about like the whole journey of being an artist, and I know I can speak from my own standpoint, how hard is it to balance all of that for you? I can't speak to everything because I know that you're married and that you have a family, but how hard is that to balance having a family, being married, and then still trying to be an artist, as well as also serve too, like in your local church?
There is definitely a lot of compromise and sacrifice that comes with it. Like you said, I've been married now 4 years with 2 children, and I really have to be selective in the things that, the opportunities that do come my way, as well as taking into consideration of where I serve. Like, I don't want to, take the opportunity to go for that, or go for this opportunity and then leave where I serve, hanging because of where I want to go. I have to be very mindful and very careful and cautious of the opportunities that I accept, because I don't want what I choose to do, or the opportunity that I choose to do, to affect my home, to affect my church home, to affect anything. And it is very sometimes it can be sometimes somewhat stressful, but at the end of the day, my ministry starts at home. So I can't go to the masses and my home is delayed. You know what I mean?
Right. No, like, and I totally agree with you on that. I think it's been one of the positives is when you're married to somebody and they're also in ministry. So I definitely look at you and your wife, and it's wonderful. And I count myself very lucky that two of them.
Shout out to St. Lee. I love you, babe.
I count myself very, very lucky that two of my best singers, that they're married to each other. So that works out great. Like, hey, y'all, we have ministry engagement. It's like, well, let me check with my wife or let me check with my husband. It's like, well, all right, sure, because y'all both are there. And that works out so great. I'm scared of the day when y'all both cannot be there. And I'm like, oh no. But it really it's really cool to really see a whole family in ministry, and everything like that. So I definitely can see that is kind of a balance at times, trying to balance all of that, as well as still be a father, as well too. And so just having all those things and then working, and a lot of folks, they just don't understand sometimes, some of the sacrifices it takes. And I think sometimes people are really in love with the ideal or the concept of being an artist versus really knowing, like, okay, this comes with a lot of stuff. Sometimes I have just enough money left to pay for my Vectrin bill.
And the struggle can get real at times.
The struggle can get real, especially for like that studio time and everything. It's like, whoo, Jesus.
Oh my God.
It can get real. It gets real.
Oh yeah.
And people don't really understand that, and it's like, oh wow, it's hard. It's hard at times. I don't necessarily know if everybody knows. This really entails a lot. It's more than a notion. When those people are on these award shows and we're watching and we be like, oh man, like, oh, they're just crying. You don't know why they're crying, that they've been working.
You do not know the backstory.
You don't know the backstory. Right. They've had to work 2 and 3 jobs, and they're like, oh, and so when they do get that award and they're like, oh, it's real, and there's a story behind that praise.
You made a very great point. As far as like the musicians and the worship leaders that go based off of what they make at church, that is the worst thing you could possibly do. Like, you have to work, and while you're doing ministry, you have to work. It's no way around it. Like you said, we look at the glory, but we don't know the story. We don't know the sacrifices that they made. We don't know how many jobs they had to work to get to where they are.
All right, sir. Preach. Come on, preach.
Like, that is so true. That is so crucial.
Yes, you are so correct. Listen. And they don't have any idea whatsoever. But, well, we're going to take a quick little break, everybody, and we will be right back here on the Praise Project, 97.9 WGJM Praise FM, or on gospeljam.net if you're tuning in online. All right, thanks so much. Be right back.
Life full of hope, but for me it went another way. Ridiculed, I was hurting, dark cloud over my head. I couldn't see the end of this unbearable strain. People tried to console me, but the pain was too much. I felt like I couldn't go on. I didn't love myself for years and years. So many days of sadness and tears, but now I know I am free. I am beautiful and so much more than you thought of me. Words can't hurt me like they did before. I have so much worth and so much purpose that He placed in me. Your words don't hurt me anymore. No, 'cause I'm not what you see. Couldn't hide from the jokes or the laughs or the mirror glaring back at me, looking at my reflection, constant cruel words, tainting what I'd see. Why did you make me this shade? Why couldn't I be lighter? This wouldn't be happening to me if I were just 3 shades brighter. I didn't love myself for years and years. So many days of sadness and tears, but now I know I am great. I am beautiful and so much more. So much more. Words can't hurt me like they did before. Like they did before. So much worth and so much pain that keep placing me. Your words don't hurt me anymore. No. I heard a voice from up above say there's no flaw in you, my love. You're beautiful in every way. It doesn't matter what they say. See a word formed by my own hand. So don't look through the eyes of man. I love you just the way you are. A masterpiece, flawless by far. And now I can say I am pretty. I am beautiful, so much more. Much more. Words can't hurt me like they did before. Not like they did before. So much worth and so much purpose that keep placing me. Your words don't hurt me anymore. No, there's nothing left to say. Waking up, another heavy heart and burdens I can't bear. Does anybody care? Seeing more of what I'm missing, less of what I have to share. Miles away from what I need, and yet so close when I'm in prayer. That's when I close my eyes, take some time and realize that He was always there. Truth is, He never left. That is what the Spirit says, and I believe it so. I never have to be alone. Waking up, another cross today. The weight's a lot this time. So much is on my mind. Lonely heart, don't desert the one you know will love you best. Open up so he can breathe again and put the storm to rest. That's when I close my eyes, take some time and realize
Hey there, everybody. This is Tommy McGuffey here on the Praise Project, 97.9 WGJM Praise FM. I am back with my special guest today, Osby Berry. We are talking about being an artist, going to these conventions, balancing ministry, family, life, all of that good stuff. That it's more than a notion for sure. Like Osby, so how have things changed for you, since your first time that somebody has asked you to sing and you really kind of accepted that, hey, maybe I'm meant for this,
At first, for me, and you may not even believe me when I say it, I was very nervous, very, very skeptical of myself and my gifts, and basically just afraid to actually walk into my gifts, into my call. But when I actually started, getting more calls and exposure to different ministry opportunities, that's really clicked to me like, okay, God, is this a gift? This is the gift that you gave me, so I might as well give it back to you. And, ever since then, God has opened up so many different doors, opportunities that I couldn't even imagine. Like, being with you has really opened up my eyes to a lot of opportunities. And just being able to, like, even now, like, even last week when I hosted at Greater Works, I never thought myself, I'm not a public speaker. crazy, but I am not a public speaker at all. But to even be asked to do even that, it's a blessing, and I don't count any opportunity that I'm offered or extended for granted at all. And I'm just grateful to God that He's able to use me in this capacity.
Amen. All right. So, listen, I know everybody doesn't. They may not know, or they may know, but how can people keep up with you and what is happening on your journey?
You can follow me on Facebook, Osby Berry. I'm also on Instagram, Osby Berry. Just stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Listen, so when are we going to get some music here coming out soon?
My single should be released this fall. You guys pray for me. It should be released just sometime this fall. Just keep your ears and eyes open.
I heard from a little birdie that you may have a single that may be on a compilation coming out. Not
Yes. That's in the works.
Yes. I am looking forward to it. I am looking forward to all that the Lord has for you. I'm really, really excited to hear your full project. I've had a chance to hear some of your music with your permission and without your permission. I'd listen to some songs. Right. It is always great. It really makes me proud and everything as a leader to know that. And I think it's really important to make sure that as leaders that we're encouraging and creating succession plans, and different things like that, and really helping out other people, because it's not always all about ourselves. And I think that that's really, really important. Any way that I can use my platform to help out others. So we will definitely be playing some of your music as soon as it comes out, and we will be giving you some of those spins here on the Praise Project. So I definitely want to thank you for being my special guest on today, and we will have you back here in the future as well. So.
Thank you so much for having me, man. And I also would just like to add before we wrap it up, I just thank you for this true leadership and just showing me what a leader is. And I honor you for that. So I appreciate you, bro.
No problem, man. Until the next time, everybody, stay tuned to the Praise Project every Saturday at 11 a.m. on 97.9 Praise FM, WGJM, or if you're tuning in online on www.gospeljam.net. I'm your host, Tommy McGuffey, signing off.